I'm Randy and I make candy, and tonight I'm making strawberries and cream fudge. Stick around. Greetings my confectionery compadres, and welcome to Randy Makes Candy, where I help you make tasty treats that people love to eat. Fudge is kind of an all-purpose candy. There are just so many variations. I've got a fudge playlist you can check out that already has 11 different types of fudge. And thanks to our compadre Claire, we're going to add strawberries and cream to that list and make it an even dozen. Thanks for the suggestion, Claire. I found this recipe on howtomakeeasyfudge.com. I'll leave a link down in the description. As always, I'd love to hear about your results if you decide to make your own strawberries and cream fudge, as well as suggestions for other recipes you'd like to see in future videos. And if you stick around after the recipe, I'll show you how I snatched victory out of the mouth of defeat. For this recipe, you'll need 1 pound of strawberries, rinsed, hulled, and thickly sliced, 1/3 cup of granulated sugar, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, 1 pinch of salt, and either 24 ounces of white baking chips or melting wafers, or 28 ounces of white chocolate chips. Check your white chocolate to see if one of the ingredients is cocoa butter. If so, it's real white chocolate and you need 28 ounces to get it to set. If it's got palm kernel or some other oil, it's not real chocolate and you only need 24 ounces. You'll also need an 8x8 pan, some parchment, a saucepan, a spoon or spatula, a bowl, and a cutting board lined with silpat, parchment, or waxed paper. Okay, let's make some candy. Line an 8x8 pan with parchment, hit it with some cooking spray, and set it aside. In a saucepan over medium-low heat, add the strawberries, sugar, and lemon juice. Bring it to a boil, stirring occasionally. Simmer until the sauce is thickened, stirring occasionally. Seriously, take your time and make sure it's thick. I pulled mine a bit too soon, which caused some extra work that we'll talk about in a bit. Remove it from the heat and let it cool to room temperature. When the strawberry sauce is cool, temper the chocolate or melt the baking chips or wafers. Add the strawberry sauce and stir until it's well combined. Pour the fudge into the lined baking pan, then cover it and put it in the fridge until it's firm. Remove it from the pan and cut it into whatever size pieces you'd like. And that's it. Now, if you noticed that I didn't add salt to the fudge, even though I included it in the ingredients, well done. That would normally be mixed in at the same time as the strawberry sauce, and you're welcome to do that, but I wanted to try something. As I'm sure you're aware, salt enhances flavor. That's why we see it in so many recipes, including those for sweet things. According to an article at culinarylore.com, which I've linked below, salt can diminish your perception of acidity or tartness in foods, increasing the sweetness. White chocolate is already plenty sweet, and the tartness of the strawberries is a vital part of this recipe, hence my omission of the salt. Let's see if my logic is sound. Slancheva. Nailed it. Nice creamy fudge. The little pieces of strawberry give it some texture. Sweet, but not overly so, and the tartness I was looking for is right there. This is really kind of refreshing. I know it's fall, but if you want to hang on to the taste of summer just a little bit longer, you really ought to try these. As I mentioned earlier, I took the strawberry sauce off the stove before it had thickened enough for this recipe. In my defense, it was the first time I'd made strawberry sauce, so I wasn't quite sure what I was looking for. But since the sauce was so thin, the fudge didn't set. In hopes of saving the fudge, I measured out a couple more ounces of white chocolate, melted it, and added it to the room temperature fudge. Then back in the fridge it went. I ended up having to do this a couple of times before it came out the way I wanted it, but eventually I got there, as you saw. While there's a lesson here on how to save this recipe, should it not come out the way you want, the bigger lesson is this: if something goes wrong, don't give up. Try and figure out what happened and see if there's a way you can make it right.
Here endeth the lesson.
If you enjoyed your time here in the Candy Kitchen, please like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for sticking around, and I hope you'll join me next time. And the tartness of the strawberries is a vital part of this recipe, hence my omission of the fudge. The fudge. Oh, dang it. Even though I included it in the